2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Today, we've got an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
A play fake. Now Penix. Throw left side. There's London. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. He's one of the top receivers in the game, Charles, so no surprise here on the opening drive. They want to get him involved, and he has catches on back-to-back plays.
And, Brandon, I look at it from the defense's perspective. You know he's one of the top receivers in the game. You've got to find ways to slow him down, because if he gets into high gear, he's going to shred you all game long.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The end result, 21 yards.
That's another.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. Well, an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. Nifty move. And able to get this out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Mayfield down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Mayfield's pass intercepted.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 1. On the counter, this is Robinson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The safety, Antoine Winfield, got in there that time.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So a couple of field goals now, 6-0 our score as the kicks are away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal, but all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, and put it in the end zone, we're right back to even.
That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
He's taken down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6. To throw, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Irving. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. They go play action. Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Dances by him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action, the Falcons with the football. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And looking to throw, Penix. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
50-yard line.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Across the formation, he finds Godwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody will press it a little bit. This might be the case.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking to throw, Penix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
It's a gain of 6.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Now Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Robinson up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
They'll throw with Penix. They'll get this into the hands of Hodge. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Hey, stay with him.
And London, the motion man right. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Penix working out of the gun here. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Mayfield looks to throw. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Mayfield's pass intercepted. The Falcons take
straight ahead. It's Robinson. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3. Again, it's Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kaderl Hodge, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
13.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Robinson with another carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And now at this point in the first half, you got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To the air, Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson. They'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there, but couldn't get much further. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Here's Mayfield. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Second down and a yard. Running the toss to Irving. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield now. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Mayfield. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Third and 2. To throw, Mayfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on 4th down, on is Riley Dixon to punt for Tampa Bay. Devin Tompkins deep to return it. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Mayfield off the play fake. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's got this down to the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. This one taken in by Otten.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. A run up the middle with Irving. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. A quick pass here to Godwin. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Irvin. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll try and do this himself. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Walker in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll run again here with Robinson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the midfield strike, they look to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Mayfield in trouble, and he's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
And that is incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Here's Riley Dixon now, standing just outside his own goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there at holding the point of attack and not giving ground. At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And looking to throw, Penix. This ball down the field for Pitts. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well,
we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Michael Penix, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Not officially at the 34. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Play fake. Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
In motion left, Godwin. On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Irvin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Atlanta. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. James Pierce in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
39-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Here's Penix. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Penix going to hold on to it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Penix. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Looking to throw, Penix. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Irvin. And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards to carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. In motion goes the tight end. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And again, it's Mayfield. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. Off play action. Here's Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be out right at the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know This is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Yaya Diaby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they go screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
At the 50-yard line.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Mayfield. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sideline?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
They'll get this into the hands of Hodge. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
At the 33-yard line.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now 2nd and 4. They'll run here with Robinson. And flags come as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Here's 2nd down. Robinson, he'll try the left side. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. Now the Bucs going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Gonzalez's kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Zane Gonzalez.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out come the Bucs now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
35-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So possession in overtime first goes to the Atlanta Falcons, and we are back underway. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They were happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. To the air, Penix. Checks this one down to Robinson. Gets through and now an opening. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Robinson up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a first throw here in overtime. He's got Otten.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's 2nd down. Now Mayfield. And a quick throw there is incomplete. Emeka Egbuka, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
A.J. Terrell on the coverage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Mayfield down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Throwing, Mayfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
A stop here is a game winner in overtime. Here comes 4th down. Mayfield looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Another one in the books for us, partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.